Hello guys. This is the video presentation for our structures analysis group project. In this project, we had been assigned to design a 6-story building by using StaadPro software. First, we need to design the structure by using StaadPro. The structure will have 27 meter height, will have the length of 100 meter, and will have the width of 30 meter. And every story will have about 4.5 meter in height. After finish construct the building, we begin to assign the material to every beam and every column. And for the first try, we will assign both beam and column with the lowest dimension. And then we assign a fixed support to the structure. For horizontal load, we will only have wind load. First, we need to define the wind load. The wind will have the intensity of 0.7 and negative 0.7. This is because we want to analyze the wind in both direction. After finish defining the horizontal load, we then will need to define the vertical load. And in this project, we will have 3 types of vertical load, which is safe weight, point load, and slab loading. For the safe weight, we will use the factor of negative 1.2. For the point load, we will have the intensity of 5 kN at point B1, D1, B11, and D11. And for the slab loading, we will have the intensity of negative 15 kN per meter square. We will perform an analysis, and for our first try, there is an error, which means there is a failure in our structure, and we will need to change the material to a higher dimension. After several times trying, we then managed to find the optimum properties for the beam and column. For beam, we will use W14 x 28, and for column, we will use UB610 x 305 x 238. This is important to ensure that our structure is not over-designed and will not result in unnecessary extra costs. After that, we need to identify the maximum force and also bending moment at X, Y, and Z direction. And for the highest value for force at X direction, it will be at beam 700 with the value of 322.18, and this will be the shear force diagram and also bending moment diagram for the maximum force at X. Next, for maximum value of force at Y direction, it will be at beam number 20 with the value of 257.09, and this will be the shear force diagram and also bending moment diagram. For maximum force at z direction, it will be at beam 683, and the value is as follow. And this will be the shear force diagram and also bending moment diagram for the beam 683. For the maximum moment at x direction, it will be at beam 610, and this is the value, and this is the shear force diagram and also bending moment diagram for the beam 610. The next is the maximum moment at y direction. It will be at beam 659, and the value is as follow. And this is the shear force diagram and also bending moment diagram for the beam 659. And the last one for analysis by using only vertical force is maximum moment at z direction. It will be at beam 20, and this is the value, and this is the shear force diagram and also bending moment diagram for the beam 20. For the second analysis, we will applying only horizontal load to the structure and identify the maximum value of force and also moment at x, y and z direction. For maximum value of force x direction, it will be at beam 248 with intensity of 31.50. This will be the shear force and bending moment diagram. Next is the maximum force at y direction. It will be at beam 156 with the intensity of 0.008, and this will be the shear force diagram and also bending moment diagram for the beam 156. After that, this is the maximum value for force x z direction. It will be at beam 724 with the intensity of 0.022, and this will be the shear force diagram and also bending moment diagram. The next is the maximum moment at x direction. It will be at beam 988 with the intensity of 0, and this will be the shear force diagram and also bending moment diagram. The next one is maximum moment at y direction. The beam will be at 724 with the intensity of 0.051. This will be the shear force and bending moment diagram. And the last one is the maximum moment at z direction. It will be at beam 623 with the value of 0.025, and this is the bending moment and shear force diagram for the beam 628, I mean 23. For the last analysis, we will assess the structure by applying horizontal and vertical load to it, and we will then identify the maximum force and also bending moment at x, y and z direction. For the maximum force at x direction, it will be at beam 700 with the intensity of 322.19 kilonewton, and this will be the shear force and also bending moment diagram. Next is the maximum force at y direction. It will be at beam 20 with the intensity of 257.09 kilonewton, and this will be the shear force and bending moment diagram of beam 20. After that is the maximum force at Z direction. It will be at beam 683 with the intensity of 0.323 kilonewton, and this will be the shear force and also bending moment diagram. Next is the maximum moment at X direction. It will be at beam 610 with the intensity of 0.001. This will be the shear force and also bending moment diagram for the beam 610. We proceed to the maximum moment at Y direction. It will be at beam 659 with the intensity of 0.732 kilonewton meter, and this will be the shear force and also bending moment diagram for the beam 659. And the last one is the maximum moment at Z direction. It will be at beam 20 with the intensity of 7 to 7.32 kilonewton meter, and this will be the shear force and also bending moment diagram for the beam 20. The last assessment is to identify the stress due to horizontal and also vertical force to the structure, and the maximum stress is 100.19 at the beam 21. Okay, that's all from our group. I hope that you'll be able to understand and also enjoy our video, and thank you for watching.